You want to see how she was born? With videos of hospital events? Then watch this video to the end. Hi, baby. I know this video is 6 months too late, but I still want to talk about it. It's 6 months, our beautiful daughter Chizaram was born, and I want to share my birth experience as an immigrant in Calgary, Canada. How much we paid, how the experience was like in general. So if you're looking forward to maybe having a baby here, this video will help. I'll give you an insight of how it is like as permanent residents. Hello everyone, welcome back to Amara Khene. My name is Amara. So Chizaram is 6 months plus, and she was born last year on the 12th of August. She shares a birthday with her daddy and her grandpa as well. Can you imagine 3 generations of the same birthday? My God, was it planned? Not really, not really. It just happened to have fallen on that day. So my pregnancy went smoothly the entire time. I was working all through my pregnancy journey. I stopped working, I think, a week to the day Zara was born. So I think on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't really remember the exact day, I had my antenatal. The doctor decided to check to see if I was dilated, and he did check. I was 3 centimeters dilated. So I had been walking around 3 centimeters dilated all the while, and he told me that normally people can still go ahead with that 3 centimeters for a couple of days, so there was nothing to worry about. I called my mom and told my mom. I was like, "Are you serious? 3 centimeters, and they're not keeping you in the hospital? What is going on?" I'm like, He said, I'll be fine for a couple of days, you know. And then maybe the next day or so, I got the bloody show. I was worried. I wanted to go to the hospital and see what was going on, but I needed to monitor myself a bit more. You know, the plug came off, so I kept seeing the whole bloody show. The next day, which was the 10th of August, Kenya and I decided to drive to the hospital to see what was going on. You know, we're just a bit worried. We're not getting any contraction signs yet, but we're a bit worried. So we got there. We walked all the way to the triage. We sat down. They asked some questions and told me to wait that the nurse would come and attend to me. But at the end of the day, we were just sitting there. It was going to 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That was not the plan. Kenny had come back from work and he was tired. He just had to come out. I didn't even want to stay there for long, and I wasn't feeling any contraction. So I just told him, let's go home. So 10th, we went back home. 11th, trust Kenneth to be the worrying type. He was worried. Oh, babe, are you sure nothing is going on? Let's go, blah, 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 let's go. But it was on a Sunday, so we went to church. I tried to dance. I danced my heart out that day. I decided to let's just go to the hospital. Went to the hospital, went back to the triage, and they took us in. Decided to check, and I was somewhere around 4 centimeters dilated already. And so they said, there's no point for me going back. They decided to take me to the maternity room. They gave us this huge, beautiful room for just the 2 of us, and told us that's where we'd be having the baby. They did the whole attaching on my body. They put something to monitor the heartbeat. In general, we're just waiting. So this whole thing happened around I think 8 p.m. before they put the whole thing around 8 p.m. So we're just waiting, making videos. I was excited. I didn't know what was waiting for me ahead. And then somewhere around 12 midnight. This was already August 12th. I started feeling this pain. It was intense, like very, very, very intense. I didn't even want to, I don't want anybody to touch me. I didn't want to talk to anybody. The nurse suggested walking around the room, but man, I took 2 steps. I was like, no, I don't want to walk. Let me just sit down on the bed. I want to sit down. And I had to go back and sit down. At the point, I became very pressed. I thought I wanted to use the toilet. The nurse was like, are you sure? Do you want to use the toilet? If he wants to use the toilet, it's probably the baby coming. She said, don't push, don't force yourself. I went to the toilet. I used the toilet. I was fine, nothing. I was still feeling this pain. Khene will come. Are you okay? He wants to touch me. I said, don't touch me. He said, sorry. I said, don't say sorry. It's just like my body was biting me, the whole thing. And I didn't want to scream because they've told me that if you scream, you start screaming throughout your whole pregnancy. So I was just grunting. I couldn't walk around. I know Khene he didn't know what to do. This person doesn't want to be touched. This person doesn't want to hear sorry. So what do? He will sit down, he will stand up, he will walk around, he will follow me. And at the point, I just laid down. You know, it was getting to 2 a.m. I was feeling sleepy. But the moment I closed my eyes, contraction hit. The contraction was now getting to, I think, 3 minutes interval. If I managed to close my eyes, it would come up. And when it started getting closer, 2 minutes, they said, okay, they wanted to check and see what was going on, to see how many centimeter dilated I was. And they checked, it was somewhere around 7 centimeter dilated. And I'm like, oh God, they could see the frustration on my face. Like, they were like, it's okay, do you want to take this? They were offering things for me to use. They were offering me, what they call it, epidural. But I had planned that I wanted to go unmedicated. At the end of the day, I didn't want that. I said, no, not yet. They offered me laughing gas. Dude, I used it. I thought this thing would relieve me of pain. It's not even like a relieving of pain. It's just like a distraction mechanism. Like when you take it in, before you breathe out, you might be feeling contraction, you wouldn't feel it. It kind of worked though, somehow, but that thing wasn't doing anything. Khene was laughing at me at that point, like, so baby, are you using laughing jackass?
You wanted to give you a laughing jackass. You want to take the laughing gas, so you start laughing.
I'm not walking again. Don't do that again.
You just stood up. You have not even walked. I don't understand. You just walk around small. Okay.
When I remember, it's actually funny. Then 7 centimeter dilated. I was frustrated. Then I managed to sleep off. I don't know how that happened. And I got knocked out. I managed to sleep off. And when I woke up, they wanted to check again, and I was already 10 centimeter dilated. But they said the baby's head hadn't dropped, so I needed to still wait. What are these people talking about? Please help me. At the point, I wanted to grab the nurse and say, please save my life. Please, I will die. But, you know, they had to still wait. I waited for some time. And around 5, the baby had dropped. They started to, they wanted to start the whole process of pushing. I didn't know what I was doing. You people did not tell me that this whole pushing thing get a CP. Anyways, they tried to, they were telling me how to push. And I was just, I know I was doing something. I don't know what I was doing. And the doctor just left. I said, first time moms, they don't really know how to push, so it's going to take a while. The nurses were there with me, and You know, they kept telling me what to do. Gradually, I started getting, okay, this is how I needed to push, and we kept pushing. At the point, I was pushing for like 30 seconds. With time, they reduced it to like 15. Then it was going to 5 seconds. Then at the point, it was just 2 seconds. They would just tell me, push, stop, push, stop. I guess her head was closed at that point. And at this point, let me tell you guys something. My plan was to actually set camera to capture Khene's look. You know, they used to say some men used to collapse, some men used to throw up. I wanted to see his face because this guy said he was going to see everything. He was practically standing there with his eyes. But I didn't even have time. The camera I managed to set up could not capture his face because it was in the wrong direction. And he actually looked at everything. See, respect to that man. He looked at it. Even at the point, I tried to watch the video he made, and I can't even look at it. Now, he witnessed the whole thing with his camera. Unfortunately, I could not see his face, whether he had this face of, Then, finally, my baby girl came out. Oh.
You let us quick cry. Congratulations! Yeah! You like a tummy ride. Or you don't. Or you don't.
I can't explain that feeling of carrying a baby you've waited for so long. It's unexplainable. She came out, she was put on my body, and they started cleaning her up, and she started crying. I was trying to look at her face. I was struggling to see what she looked like. Honestly, it's the best feeling in the world. It's the best feeling in the world. I just wanted to hold her, to have her in my arms all through, you know. Then they took her, they needed to clean her up properly. They checked her weight, they looked at her, you know, did the whole thing they used to do. After about 2 hours, they put me on a wheelchair and wheeled me to the postpartum room with my baby. The whole period, Chizaram did not leave the room. She was with us in that room. It's a wonderful experience, really. So, like I said, I decided to go unmedicated. You can imagine the pain was crazy. Did I consider epidural? Yes, I considered taking epidural. Well, I had this whole thing in mind that, okay, let's just try and see how it goes unmedicated. Did you take epidural? What does it look like? Did your pain go away? You can just drop it in the comments. Let me know what it was like. After a while, after the epidural, did you feel any pain? I really want to know, really. Then, after they wheeled us to the postpartum unit, I rested for a while. They needed to check if she was latching properly. She started off latching almost immediately, but I think a few hours later she was no longer latching. We were worried she wasn't eating or feeding well. They had to bring formula to try, but she wasn't even taking the formula as well. So we're forcing her to take the formula or try to latch. You know, the whole process was good. We stayed for about 24 hours before they started the processing of discharge. They also checked, you know, for her ear, to check her ears if she was hearing properly. They did the blood test that they do on the toe, on the heel of her legs, and they needed to check all those. They did all those checking, and she came out perfectly fine. They informed us that a public nurse would contact us. Either they visit us at home or we would go to the clinic to see them. They needed to check for jaundice, weight gain, if she was latching properly, if I was lactating properly, all those good things, you know. Then after we were discharged. Now talking about my hospital bag, I went with my hospital bag, but I rarely opened that thing. They provided mostly everything. The only thing I needed was the clothes Zara had to wear, the clothes I wore when going back. I practically didn't open my bag. They provided everything for me. Then we were discharged. We went home. When we got home, the public nurse called us. I know my friends, the nurse actually went to their house, but in my case, I went to the clinic to see them. They tested for jaundice. She was good. She was latching properly. I was healing properly. Everything was great. Now, talking about how much we paid, let me calculate. So for the test, for the giving birth, everything came out to $0, 0 Canadian dollars. So people even say that they pay for parking. We don't even pay for parking. As PRs, we enjoyed free birth, like not even a penny for all the tests I had to run. If I tell you I ran a lot of tests, I did run a lot of tests. All the scans we had to do, the rooms, it was a semi-private room, like, so we're 2 in the room, but it was divided. It was spacious, divided. We didn't pay for those rooms. Like, I think this benefits is crazy as a permanent resident. It's a benefit I wouldn't trade for anything, especially when I've seen people talking about how much they pay. In the US, I see people posting and talking about how much they pay to give birth. I know a friend that had CS giving to her baby here in Canada. She paid nothing because she's also a PR. You know, so it's not just about vaginal birth or cesarean birth. It's free birth here. If this is a benefit that should even push you to come here if you want to come here. So we paid nothing. Till date, my baby girl is growing well. She's doing well. We got a jaundice scare like 1 week later, but we went in, they checked her, there was no jaundice, she was fine. Everything was good. She has been going for her periodic vaccination. Baby girl is doing well. And that's my first birth experience in Canada as an immigrant. It was smooth, honestly. It was really smooth. So tell me, did you have a baby in Calgary? What was your experience like? The nurses, the doctors, to me the nurses and doctors were good, they were professional. I didn't have any problem with any of them. Living was easy. So if you have like a different experience, you can drop it down here. Even if you're not in Calgary, whatever province you are in, whatever city you are in, just drop it there. Tell me what your experience was like. Like I said, the epidural thing, please tell me what it was like. Did it save you of all this pain I had to go through? Maybe I should have just taken it in peace. Did it save you of all those pains? Let me know. I'll be looking forward to your comments. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe. To our returning subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you. The reason why we're here. Be seeing you in our next video. Until then, bye. Mwah.